Lizzo, welcome back.
I'm so happy to be back. I've been counting down the years since
I
I see you again.
I can tell.
I just couldn't wait.
Your Apple Watch just ticking it down like a smoker trying to figure out the last time they had a cigarette.
Yeah.
Like 3 years, though?
You're my cigarette, yeah.
A lot has changed in 3 years.
Yeah, you don't have a beard anymore. We found out.
I still look more like Colin Hanks than ever.
I don't think you look like Colin Hanks. I think everyone's wrong.
Hold on. Is everyone telling you I look like Colin Hanks?
Everyone on my Twitter just keeps saying, you're with Colin Hanks today. I don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about either.
Next question.
And that's all I got.
Oh my God.
I only want to talk about my appearance with you today. Actually, I wanted to listen to music with you today.
Okay.
Can we start with this?
That's right.
I know. That's Aretha Franklin with I've Never Loved a Man the Way I Love You, title track from a 1967 album. So I read that you thought about this album a lot in anticipation of making your new record. Is that right?
Yes. Wait, where did you read that?
We're good. We do research.
Now that I don't even remember saying out loud to people in an interview, but yeah.
Tell me about it.
That was a big deal to me. Well, this is actually a while ago, because when I got signed to Atlantic Records, when she was on Atlantic Records, Aretha her music is still on Atlantic Records, and I remember I found a parallel to her.
What was that?
The parallel was she came out with her I've Never Loved a Man album, which was like her first big album, the big Grammy-winning album, the one that was on the charts, and it was her debut, I think, on Atlantic Records, and she was the same age as me. And I was like, oh my God, this is my I've Never Loved a Man album. But this is way before it was called 'Cause I Love You. Yeah. It was way before I even had songs like 'Cause I Love You or Jerome or any of the soul songs. It was back when it was like a trap ratchet album, and I was still like, this is my I've Never Loved a Man album. And that was really special to me. I really wanted, that was my motivation when I was making this album. Like last year sometime in like February, I was like, what if Aretha went in the studio and made a hip hop album in 2019? What would that sound like? Yeah. And I forgot about the parallel that I made to I've Never Loved a Man at the album. And so I guess Aretha's just been a through line during this whole process.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a big part of this thing.
Spiritual guide.
I can tell. Did you ever get a chance to meet her before she passed?
No.
Oh, me neither.
My mom sang for her when she was younger. Because they're all from Detroit.
Yeah. Your mom sang for her? Like sang in her band or sang in the choir?
It was choir.
Yeah.
And it was an event she was at.
That must have been pretty cool.
I know, it was pretty cool.
I know. We just had someone on to do. She has a new movie out about Aretha Franklin called Amazing Grace, about this concert she did in California. And it's unbelievable. Like, you should check it out.
People keep telling me is that the documentary about her making the whole album too, or is it another one?
It's the one about her making the album in a church,
yes.
like with a congregation in front of her.
Yes.
It was lost for 40 years.
I need to see that.
It's great. Okay, so let's listen to some more music.
Okay.
Got you something from the liquor store. Little bit of Lizzo and some more. Trying to open up a little more. Sorry if my heart a little slow. I thought that I didn't care. I thought I was loving bad. But baby, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm crying 'cause I love you.
Oh, come on.
That's like one of the best songs of all time. And I wish that it was. I wish I didn't make it sometimes, because it is one of the best songs. I wish somebody like more famous than me made it so it could just be considered one of the greatest songs.
It can
of all
still
time.
be considered one of the greatest songs of all time. You know.
Oh, it's so good.
It's really something else. I want to point out, if you're listening to this, that's 'Cause I Love You, the title track from Lizzo's new album. So when you were here last in 2016 for your last EP. And you said to me about your songs, you said, it's like you're on the phone with me.
Yeah.
That's what you said. And for this new record, I was reading about what you were saying about it. And this time you said some songs, you're, quote, literally in a car with someone crying.
Yes.
How does this album feel different?
This album is more vulnerable. I allowed myself to be a little bit more honest in the booth in real time. I think that I experienced a lot more life Because I think coconut oil didn't take as long. Coconut oil was a sampler platter.
This was the EP, right? You
Yeah,
were
the
talking
EP.
about it last time you were here.
And these songs, I was just kind of testing the waters of what I could do, and I was just writing. But Cause I Love You was always a complete project in my mind, and so every time I would go in the studio, something would happen, or I was going through something, and I would have that emotion literally just come out in a song, or I would anticipate an emotion and write about how I want to react to it or how I want it to end. And I think that because of that emotional honesty and the real life that happened to me, this is one of the most vulnerable pieces of music I've ever put out.
If you don't mind me asking, like, as much as you want to tell me here, by the way, but when you say the real life that happened to me, like what? If you want to.
But beyond the other things, like Crybaby, I'm literally crying in a car with a guy, and he pulled over, and I was just like crying so bad because he was not the one for me, and I think that deep down inside I knew that too, yeah. But also I was always afraid to cry in front of people, especially men, because men have such a I don't know what's wrong with y'all, but when women start crying, they're like, how do I make it stop? Like, y'all just don't know how to function when women are crying, and it's very annoying. So it's get better at it.
Terrifying sometimes. Terrifying. I don't think I'm getting better at it, but it's scary.
I was always afraid to do that, and then I was finally just allowing myself to do it, and he was like, I really want you to stop crying. How can you not cry anymore? And I was like, well, I'm not crying because I'm sad. I'm crying because I love you. And I was really proud of myself for being vulnerable and moments like that. But then there's also moments where I had a really dark period of depression and loneliness sometime last year, actually. And it really rocked me because music always saved me from being lonely and sad. And I was literally on tour and performing on stage and was crying right before the performance, and then performed, and then got off stage and was back to being sad, and it didn't make me happy. And music always saved me and made me happy. And I was like, whoa, this has gotten really bad. Yeah. So I started going to therapy.
It's good. Hey, I do that. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm doing that after this. It's good.
You're going to therapy?
Yeah, after this.
Literally?
Yeah, like 5 o'clock.
Wow. Come on now. High five.
High five. Yeah.
But the therapy really helped me. What I needed to learn from therapy was how much I need to value my relationships with the people who are around me, who care about me, and love, and all of that. So I think that even the relationships in my songs have more depth now versus walk your fine ass out the door, girl. There's real moments in the music where I'm connecting with myself and I'm connecting with the people around me in a more vulnerably emotional way.
I mean, so we could easily start talking about how that's kind of scary to do in the studio, and I think that's well trodden ground, but I also think that that's also really rewarding, right? You have to give so much of yourself. Obviously a scary thing to do anytime. I remember the first time I said I would go to therapy on this show. It was a scary thing to do. But what makes it meaningful is people write in and go, yeah, me too. I feel this way about it. As scary as that must have been for you, and I guess it was, to make this record in that way, it must be rewarding.
It is really rewarding. The music aside, therapy last year was the best thing I could have done. My relationships with the people around me are so much stronger. I'm more honest. I don't hold things in anymore. I had anger problems too, and I still got a little attitude.
Right.
I got little anger problems, and I've been working on it, but everything that I do is better now. Just everything. It's anytime I was pissed off before, I'm just better at being pissed off now. It's therapy doesn't erase your emotions, and you're not supposed to be emotionless. You're just supposed to utilize your emotions in a more constructive way that's internal instead of external. I don't use my emotions at people anymore. I use my emotions now to get through what I'm going through.
I think I thought that it was going to make me lose some kind of edge that I thought I had. I thought I wouldn't be as funny, or I wouldn't be as cool, or I wouldn't, I'm here wearing a jean jacket hosting a radio show, I'm cool, but
you're so
you know
cool.
What I mean? I thought I would lose something special about me. But
yeah.
You don't.
You don't. No, therapy's okay. And I think that mentorship is just as good if you can't afford therapy. And actually, this is Canada, so everyone has universal health care.
No, but listen, there's still all kinds of problems around mental health access in Canada for sure.
Okay, well, that's, it's sad to hear, but mentorship, just talking to people,
Just talking to people.
Listening to my album, Because I Love You, is a form of therapy.
Yeah, it works for a lot of people. Want to listen to some more music?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Oh, shit.
This train is a clean train. You know this train. This train is a clean train. I said this train is a clean train. Everybody riding in Jesus' name, because this train is a clean train. Lord, this train.
That is the legendary Sister Rosetta
good
Tharpe.
sis.
Sister Rosetta Tharpe and This Train. Lizzo, what does Sister Rosetta Tharpe mean to you?
Oh my gosh. Everything.
How good is that, by the way?
It's just so amazing. You know, she invented and she created the prototype for rock and roll by mixing gospel and being such an amazing guitar player and singing the way that she did and touching people the way that she did and making it so cool. And she just never got that credit. She never got that. She never had the opportunities that were given to the white men around her that, you know, took that style and popularized it. And for me, I do all of this with the spirit of Sister Rosetta Tharpe. Like, you know, I do this for the women who, for years and years, got overlooked and also siphoned from. Her story is so incredible. Her music is so powerful. And that's what I do. I feel like I bring gospel to whatever I'm doing. Even when I'm singing, you know, Soulmate. You know, I'm on Soulmate. It turns into a Kirk Franklin song in a heartbeat. You know what I mean? We're always, us black women, we're always on the edge of a revival somewhere. We're always on the edge of a testimony. Even if I'm ordering a bagel, I'm like, can I please have the everything bagel with cream cheese? Jesus, because it's so good to me. And I just want to thank the Lord for giving me the opportunity to be in this place with you, to get this bagel in the name of Jesus. Amen. So I just, you know, I see myself in her. And, you know, she, you know, died years before I was even born, but I feel like she was someone I could look up to in real time.
How about another song?
Beep, beep. Who got the keys to the Jeep? I'm driving to the beach. Top down, loud sound, see my peeps. Give them pounds now, look who it be. It be me, and Timothy. Look like it's about to rain, what a shame. I got the armor or the shine up the stain. Old Missy, try to maintain.
Lizzo, do you want to say who that is?
That's Missy Elliott, Missy Misdemeanor.
That's Missy Elliott in The Rain. Mm-hmm. Lizzo, you've said that Missy Elliott, we've been talking about some of the inspirations, and I like how you put it, some of the people who are in you, like some of the people who are kind of part of your spirit, part of your path.
That's the holy trinity of me, though, right there.
Sister Rosetta, Aretha Franklin, and Missy Elliott?
Yeah.
I think we did all right.
You nailed it.
Okay, so you said that she's the inspiration of your entire career.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
It just means that I didn't know what was possible for a girl like me until I saw her do it first.
What do you mean?
Well, she did everything. You know, she was a singer, she was a songwriter, she's a rapper. She is a singer, she's a songwriter, she's a rapper, dancer, creative director, music video director, storyteller, pop star, Grammy winner, fashion icon, all of those things, and being who she is and never compromising that, looking the way she looked, being being a freak, but also being ambiguously a freak. She said, don't worry about who I'm sticking in, looking, just mad it ain't yours. That is literally the philosophy of my entire sexual career and attraction. And, you know, I felt seen, and I felt like I could do that. I saw something I could achieve. I saw something I could believe in. And, without her, I would have been trying to chase a completely different kind of career.
And now you're working with her.
Yeah.
On the new record, right?
Yes. And she likes me. She really likes me.
But I can only imagine what that must be like for you. I mean, to sit down with this person who meant so much to you, right?
You know, I was very nervous.
Yeah.
I was when I get nervous around people I look up to, I get very quiet. Like even at Beyonce concerts, I get very quiet. Like when she first comes out, I'm like, but then for the most part, I get shy, and I was really shy and I was like, I don't know what to do. When I was walking up to the door at the studio she would be in, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe what do I say to her? How do I act?
Yeah.
But after that, like, she just makes me feel so special. She talks to me like I'm talented and that I'm like her. You know what I'm
she
saying?
sees you that way. She sees you as an equal.
She was like, you a superstar, Lizzo.
Right.
Don't let anybody take that away from you. You the best in the business. I was like, girl, what? So, yeah, I don't know. I have nothing else to say. I'm freaking out.
even now you're freaking out just thinking about it?
Oh, God.
All right, well, let's move on.
Move on.
If you're just tuning in, my guest is Lizzo. We're talking about her new album, 'Cause I Love You. We're talking about music. We're talking about the people who have influenced her. But now I want to go back to your record.
Okay.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, don't say it 'cause I know I'm cute. Ooh, baby. Louis down to my drawers, LV all on my shoes. Ooh, baby. I be dripping so much sauce, got a bit looking like Grey Goose. Lit up like a crystal ball, that's cool, baby, so is you. That's how I roll. If I'm shining, everybody gonna shine. Yeah, I'm gold. I was born like this, don't even gotta try. Now you know. I like shot a nigga better over time. Now you know. They just say I'm not the baddest trick you like. It ain't my fault that I'm not getting loose.
From her latest album, 'Cause I Love You, that is the song that is absolutely inescapable right now. The song Juice.
I don't want it to stop. Keep it going.
It's so... When did you know? Like, I hear that song everywhere. I could go to the drugstore, I hear the song. I'm in a pet store, I hear that song.
Really?
I get in a taxi, I hear that song. Like, when did you know this song had really taken off?
I like my songs. I love that song. I don't know, man, because I've never been in this position before.
Well, yeah, I was thinking about it, because last time you were here, we were talking about your EP, and we were talking about, like...
Good as Hell was everywhere, too, but not like this.
No.
This is different, and I knew it was going to be different when I dropped it January 4th, and everything kind of changed. It hit like 1 million streams and 1 million views so quickly. Normally I'll be like at the 6-month mark, it'll be like, and we hit 1 million.
Yeah, I know.
But now it was like immediately within like a few days, it was like bing, bing, bing. And I'm like, oh, this is really going.
You're breathing in a paper bag and you're,
People are connecting with it at a quicker rate. So it's like, what does that mean about where I've gone in the last 3 years and how much my profile has risen and my accessibility has risen? I still I've never heard it on the radio while I'm in the car. So it hasn't really hit me that it's everywhere. Because I still be at my house, in my pajamas. And I'm just doing the same shit I've been doing, yo. Like, ain't nothing really changed.
Right.
But I just have this song that's on the radio.
Right.
And I keep meeting people who are like, I heard your song every day. I'm like, cool. I don't know. It feels the same. But it's different.
Can I ask you about a line of the song?
Sure.
It's just that line we just heard. If I'm shining, everybody gonna shine.
Everybody love that line.
Yeah.
Because it's real. I was talking about me and my crew. And I really meant that. Like, I've been rolling with the same people for a long time. And, Team Lizzo and us, the Team Us is so beautiful. And we grew from friendship into workships into familyship. And we have this mentality like no one, we're only as happy and as popping as the next person in this crew. So if I'm shining, I'm making sure that everybody in my crew is going to shine.
I guess I hear what you're saying, because I was thinking about just how you interact with everybody, and when you were kind of joking around earlier, you say if you need therapy, listen to my record. I can give you a lot of it, but it's kind of real, right? Like there's a lot of people, and I'm sure you see it in your DMs, and I'm sure you see it when people talking to you. Like you're inspiring an awful lot. There's a lot of people in the studio who don't normally come because you're here. It means a lot to people.
Oh wow!
Right? Like do you feel that? Do you feel that people get buoyed, or they get, they get a little injection of something they need from listening to your records?
People say that to me, but they say it to me all the time, and I'm me all the time, so I don't really know what it's like to be anybody else.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of used to it. And sometimes I'll be like, man, y'all just gassing me up. Y'all lying. But I don't know. Like, I will say that my shows have changed. Like, the energy has become, it gets deeper and deeper and more real, and there's changes that are literally happening in real time in the audience that I'm aware of, and I'm watching visibly wash over people. And I don't take it lightly, and I've definitely, I use that as an opportunity to be a servant, to the people and deliver what needs to be delivered. And that's a message every night. That's a moment therapy, joy, tears, anger. Like, we really have a catharsis together, me and the crowd, every night on stage, and that's something that I can see.
Does that mean you have to take a little bit more time for yourself?
What time?
I know, right? I think about people who give so much of themselves to others. I wonder if they get some time by themselves to just kind of recharge. Or
Well, I'm an extroverted person,
Are ya?
so I get
Good for
energized.
you.
I get energized by people.
I wish I was like that,
Yeah.
man. I have this job where I love talking to people. I love doing this. It's like my favorite thing in the world to do. But there comes a time, usually in the nighttime, where I'm just like,
Yeah, you need to be alone. You
know
got to
what I mean?
recharge.
Yeah.
I charge from people. So when I'm on stage, I use that as an opportunity. I don't just give and give and give. They're giving me
Yeah,
so much.
you're right.
The crowds are, and I've gotten weird stuff from crowds. Like back in the day, I'll get like weird, even like physical things, physiological things like headaches or stomach aches, and I'll be like, I got a weird feeling. And it will be after a show where the audience had like a weird, and it won't be like Lizzo shows. They'll be like, festivals or something, or
Yeah.
I'm opening for somebody and they're just giving me like this kind of standoffish energy. But I've always been kind of an antenna, and I get filled every night by people. Oh,
Hello, hold on. Oh my God.
they
Oh,
fill me
geez.
up
Oh,
with
my
their
God.
huge love.
Vigor. Love. Are we still on?
Yeah.
Are we still recording? Is this still going?
This thing's still
Is this
on.
still happening?
It's happening.
What's going on here? I want to talk about a post you had on Instagram the other day where you were on the cover of Essence magazine. And you said, this is a big one for me because for so long I felt like my music wasn't reaching Black people and it was breaking my heart. To be an Essence cover girl means this musical medicine I got is finally being heard by everyone. Thank you.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Well, I mean, it's not too complicated. It is a really simple thing. Like, I started off as an indie rapper in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and indie music is it's a niche genre, and the crowds are, normally white people. And so it's not shocking. Like, I was playing a lot of rock festivals. I was playing a lot of rock clubs. And I understand the luxury and the privilege it is to be able to afford these hundreds of dollars of tickets to go to these festivals, or even to be in the know about them, to know that it's even happening. There's a lot of people, like even my cousins who I talk to, they'd be like, I didn't even know that was happening. You got to let us know, because they're just not connected to that community. So that was just a natural thing. And I was getting a lot of like enemy blog, or you know what I mean? Like I was getting
Pitchfork.
yeah.
Sorry, no, we'll get in there. Enemy, BBC, help me out here for God's sake. I almost effed that up.
Other blogs.
Yeah.
But like to
You're very nice to me, you know that. Very nice.
yeah. But I think it's just important to me that everyone is getting this message, because this music isn't just music that's like, oh, I'm popping, I'm cute, let's go. This music is actually, like you said, is actually helping people in a very visceral way, in a very physical and emotional way.
Yeah.
So as a big Black girl, why wouldn't I want big Black girls to hear this music and feel better? So it's exciting to me to be on the cover of Essence, where I know I'm reaching my community.
Yeah.
This music is for everybody, but it's coming from me.
But as it gets bigger, I mean, we're not going to talk about it. I'm not here to like relitigate anything you've gone through in the past. But all I could think of is when I said the Pitchfork thing, we all kind of stopped. It's because you made these comments about oh yeah, if you're not going to, what was it, something along the lines of like, if music writers are not musicians, should be quote unemployed. Again,
Well, no, I didn't say that.
Listen.
I said if you critique music and you've never written a song, you should be unemployed.
Oh my God! But I want to point out that like
I was wrong.
you clarified all this. You admitted that you were wrong. So you're saying you were wrong about that?
I was definitely wrong. I want to still whoop that one person's ass.
Okay.
In a very verbal way. I'll verbally whoop your ass.
The reviewer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I was wrong to generalize people. My error there was that I didn't want to give that person attention. And that is why the people do things like that sometimes, is to get attention. So I didn't actually want to draw any attention to that particular person. So I chose to be general instead of specific in order to not give them any free publicity. And it ended up being extremely offensive and wrong. It's not true. And I spoke to a music journalist and they told me their perspective. And this, I'm learning. I'm learning. You know what I'm saying? I was not born knowing everything, and I'm not going to ever claim that I'm going to say the right things. But at least it's not on some like up shit, y'all. I'm learning in cute ways. But anyway, I say all of that to say, I spoke to a music journalist and like shortly after that, and they said, we don't understand the magic that goes into making a song. But 99% of those crowds that are watching you don't understand that either. They don't know how that's happening on stage. We're writing for those people. We're not writing for you. We're trying to translate and tell a story so they can understand because we all have the same perspective. We're watching you guys. Like, there's no critiques about me. There's no articles about me. It's about you because we want to just know how it works.
Yeah. I mean, listen, like I toured and played music before I did this job. It's a weird thing. Those are two very, very separate worlds. Like I understand that. Like I feel this way. Like I feel like I have a different perspective even talking to you because I've been on tour, because I've done concerts before. Like it's, I understand it a little bit.
And it's also just like, it's my baby.
Yeah.
Like music is my baby, and I gotta don't with my baby mentality. So if you take my baby and you call my baby ugly, I'm about to get up in your face and call you ugly.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't want you to, I wasn't expecting to talk to you about this particular thing. I was just going to ask you, like, as things get bigger for you, so does like blowback, like so does social media blowback. I mean, that's a not so great part of things getting bigger for you. How are you doing with that stuff?
Well, I like to give people the smoke. I really do, because I'm really good at cussing people out, and because I'm really eloquent. And I'm really good at putting people in their place because I have a really firm opinion. I could have been a lawyer, you know what I'm saying? So when people push me, I want to push back naturally. But I think I'm learning that there are people who are searching for a certain kind of attention, and I have to really be careful about who I'm giving that attention to. I've noticed even more so exponentially in the last month that the things that I even quote, retweet, or respond to or comment on Instagram gain more attention than it used to. I can't really fly under the radar anymore on social media, so I have to be really cautious. And so I'm measured. I'm really measured. But I mean, I still tend to go off. I'll go off.
Listen, I think that's okay.
And I don't blame publications. I don't really care about the blog. It's the specific person. What's wrong with you as a person? Who told you who didn't love you today? You didn't love yourself today, obviously. You know what I'm saying? Like, go look in the mirror and give yourself some love, because you're not giving it out.
What you're saying is some people just, they're carrying around some stuff that they got to get rid of.
Yeah, that's it. But I wish them the best.
Yeah, I can tell. I know you're joking around about, I think you can put people in your place, but I get the feeling that I'm
a really sweet person until you try me.
Can we talk about the Met Gala?
Yeah, let's change this subject.
Let's talk about the Met Gala. For the love and honor of Christ, can we talk about the Met Gala?
For the love and honor of the good Christ, Lord.
You wore this beautiful pink and feathery Marc Jacobs jacket to the event. This is a guy with a jean jacket describing this, by the way. And then I loved it. I was on your Instagram and you were wearing the same jacket the next day at the airport.
Yeah.
And then you wore it and then a gig the next night.
Yeah, in Nashville.
That was awesome.
I like to wear expensive things, and I had it. So, I'm going to flaunt it. But that's, I'm a campy bitch. You know what I mean?
So the theme of the Met Gala being camp worked in your favor this year.
It really did.
Yeah.
It's who I am, and in my heart, I'm Marilyn Monroe. But, like, I definitely just thought, this coat is amazing. We didn't really have anything proper to store it on the flight. So I was like, you know what, bitch, doop-da-doop. Put that bitch on. And they hung it up too. Everyone keeps asking, like, I don't know how they store that on the plane. I'm a stewardess and they hung it up in the coat rack.
I would be worried I spilled ginger ale on it or something like that.
I took it off. They hung it for me. I was
nice.
In first class.
Did you feel, oh my God.
I was in upper class.
Oh my God. Did you feel comfortable at the Met Gala? Feel good there?
I feel comfortable everywhere. They was like, well, get ready for the Met Gala because it's this kind of party and you're not going to have fun. I'm like, everywhere I go is a party. So take that back. It was fun. The only thing was that my feet hurt. My feet hurt so bad.
What were you wearing?
I had on these Marc Jacobs heels. My feet hurt.
I know. Whenever I wear Marc Jacobs,
My feet, I took them shoes off and I was running around that hole barefooted. I was so scared too. I knew somebody was going to step on my feet, but they didn't.
I think it's okay. Katy Perry was wearing a hamburger.
Oh my God. That bitch is so silly. She's really one of the funniest people I've ever encountered. Like, always funny. She's a riot. I ate her. I ate the hamburger.
I saw it. Yeah, you look
It was
good.
delicious. It was an Impossible Burger. Did you know that?
No. I had an Impossible Burger last time I was in LA.
Are you a vegan?
No.
Veggie?
No, I tried it for a while. Though, are you?
I'm not. I'm neither anymore. But I wouldn't. Whatever. Let's keep going.
I tried it, but it didn't.
I don't like. Fake meat is an interesting thing. Just eat vegetables, I guess.
I know, but I find the fake meat. I like the taste of meat, and I guess this way it made me feel pretty good about it.
I can't knock nobody that likes fake meat. I used to eat Satan all the time.
Oh, the yeasty.
I loved Satan. Wait, I love the Lord.
I love how we started talking about Aretha Franklin being your, and then.
And now I'm like, I loved Satan. Yeah. Satan?
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 Something like that.
Whatever. Tofu.
Thanks for coming in.
Is this the end of it? I can talk to you all day.
I can talk to you all day. You and I are gonna go hang out.